What was the worst adult tantrum that you guys witnessed? I once saw a grown-ass man yell at an employee because the store no longer sold ice cream and he wanted ice cream. Rip foul. I saw a woman come into the subway I worked at 9 a.m. and scream at us because we no longer serve pepperoni. It was apparently so awful it not only ruined her day, but her entire life. She vowed never to return and stormed out. My boss and I were both standing there flabbergasted. We never had stopped selling pepperoni. In fact, I had just finished restocking its container. Neither of us had any clue what she was on about. What's a YouTuber that can be identified by one quote? I watch quite a bit of YouTube and literally recognize none of these. Does this mean I'm old and out of touch? 2 is binding. Or is it? My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. The sun is a deadly laser. A perfectly balanced game with no exploits. I scrolled multiple of these and knew like 2. Apparently I have had a completely different YouTube experience to most people. Who won? Who's next? You decide. Mac to baby. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. The best eggins. But that's just a theory. Teehee. Scratches at level 6 with deeper grooves at level 7. Let's talk about that. I did not fuck my cat. Your partner of 5 years confesses they cheated on you in the first month of your relationship. They regret it and haven't done it since. What do you do? Question why it's coming out now. Then ask yourself if it's going to be something that's brought up in every argument for the foreseeable. You think it is, then you need to decide if it's worth the drama. Up to you, but sounds like trust will always be an issue. Unpopular opinion, but I might believe them and possibly forgive them because I don't know why would someone would randomly confess to cheating years later for no reason when no one is suspicious of them unless they actually did regret it a lot. If they were a current cheater, why would they confess to an affair from years ago while they're currently cheating? Almost 80 of the ocean hasn't been discovered. What are you most likely to find there? Invertebrates that look very similar to other invertebrates that we have discovered. I hope lost Aztec or Mayan gold or artifacts that may have sunk from Spanish ships. I love old things. Shipwrecks. Warning, detecting Leviathan-class creatures in your area. Are you certain whatever you are doing is worth it? Cool stones. Deep down in the deepest trenches you may find my will to live. An 8-story tall crustacean from the Proterozoic era selling Girl Scout cookies. Plastic. More water. More species of animals and plants not yet known. Not megalodons, that's for sure. Water. Thulhu. One of my horcruxes. My dad. Old Greg. What things are controversial but shouldn't be controversial? Just simply saying no to someone instead of having to come up with an excuse. In the US, discussing your salary or wage. People who make fun of you for your income aren't worth your time, and sharing income can help everyone involved to make more. Menstruation. It's still taboo to even talk about in most countries. Expert opinion. The Dunning-Kruger effect, combined with social media, has led to the concept that an untrained person's opinion is equal to an expert's knowledge because they are equally as loud now. Masks. Just let me wear one in indoor spaces in peace, please. I don't give a flying fox fart on your political opinion. I just hate being sick, and if I have a tool to reduce pathogens entering my body, I'ma wear it. What is your motto in life? Fuck it. Treat everyone with respect because you never know when someone is having the worst day of their life. I read that one somewhere, and it stuck with me. Being humbled be tragedy myself, it's an easy one to follow. If future me hasn't come back in time to tell me not to do it, I better do it. It is what it is. Why search for a partner when garlic bread exists? Don't set yourself on fire just to keep others warm. When life fucks you hard, just moan. Be the good guy, not always the nice guy. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Make a person glad to find you. Leave a better place behind you. Buy you poem for your sprog. What profession was once highly respected but is now a complete joke? Modeling BC of Instagram. Journalist news anchor. Realtor for sure. Their little stupid awards and galas for selling some houses LMAO. That's always their profile pic like they won a Grammy. President of the United States. Politician. Photographer. Once upon a time you needed expensive equipment, a studio, a whole load of technical expertise and artistic talent. These days there still are some skilled photographers, but in general digital photography has killed off the barriers to entry and made it hyper-competitive and not a serious career in 99.9% of cases. What's the worst punishment you've received or witnessed? Back-talking my mother resulted in getting hit extremely hard in the testicles with a thin leather strap used for a purse. Best way I can explain the feeling is, it felt like I had been severely burned for a few days. Couldn't piss without it hurting. There's punishment. Then there's child abuse. My father used to turn off the plumbing and running water for days if we pissed him off. No idea how he did it. He also used to do shit like hide food from us or wake us up at 2 a.m. on a school night to clean. Coke fucks you up, man. Getting locked in a windowless room with no food or water for 8 hours a day to 3 days a week. For reference, I was about 10, and this was done by the public school I attended. Ice cream fans of Reddit, what's the best kind? Strawberry cheesecake. Anything to do with chocolate and brownies. Chocolate. Häagen-Dazs if I spell it correctly. Mint choco chip covered with vanilla. Chocolate peanut butter cup from Turkey Hill. Vanilla. Vanilla. Häagen-Dazs matcha green tea. Or mom's creamy juices. Pistachio. Tastes like cherries. Or vice versa. Blackcurrant. Mango. Soft serve. Cookies and cream always. Pistachio. Pistachio. Mint. The ones that you buy from an ice cream shop and not from the store. Vanilla with a chocolate syrup. Cookies and cream with a few heaped spoons of Milo, all smooshed together to form a delicious soft slightly crunchy slurry.